Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to access the choir. That will give you an achievement and silver achievement, a silver trophy I should say, and will give you access to the arcane item I've been using in most of my videos, the A Call Beyond, and it'll also give you access to the weapon Rose Marinus, a purely arcane sprayer that you've probably seen at least two NPC hunters using. One being the hunter in Murgo's Loft, the other being the hunter in what do you call it? Bergenworth. They both use it to a incredibly annoying effect. Anywho, you might want to kill all the enemies in the first two areas, but if you don't, you can use that path I just showed you to pretty much just skip most of it. These guys I honestly suggest killing. You'll want to grab the Radiant Hunter badge out of that chest if you haven't already. And then you'll be able to open this door with the Upper Cathedral key. You find the Upper Cathedral key in Yahar Ghul Unseen City. If you watch my walkthrough of that area, you'll be able to find it. The first thing you'll notice in this area is you'll get an achievement. The second thing is that there's an ugly ass thing right here. These are, I want to say, aborted fetuses, but that's not quite true. They're more like, what do you call them? I guess they're kind of like baby old ones. Anywho, don't let them attack you because they actually build up your frenzy. So they seem quite harmless, and they are quite harmless, but they'll induce frenzy. So just run past them. They're a waste of time. I don't think they even give that many souls. Anywho, next you're gonna be here, and this will be the choir. I think right leads to an item, left leads you inside. This leads you to a rune, I believe. Also make sure those things are following you, in case they are. Because if they sneak up, it's Frenzy Cold Blood. If they sneak up behind you, it's bad. That's bad. You'll probably get hurt. Anywho. There's a scythe doctor up here. So, try to be careful. These guys hurt the most out of all of them. But your biggest worry is in here. A Brainsucker. At least that's what these guys are called. They are all over this place, so be extremely careful when wandering about. You'll find the choir garb right there, apparently. On a dead hunter. If you head to the right, you'll actually get ambushed by a werewolf, so I don't suggest going that way. Not until later. You'll open this door, and this is probably my favorite scene in the entire game. If you look closely up at the chandelier, you can actually see 3 werewolves hanging from it. At least 2. And if you walk out here, another one jumps on it, and they all fall to the floor. And they immediately start running towards you. So you're going to want to head back through this door. And be careful. Because the doorway is the deepest natural enemy. So once you've got that, pull out your hunter axe or other such weapon and simply fully charge a heavy attack right on him. There are only 2 here. I believe the other one sort of climbs itself into oblivion. Nope, it's actually still down there. Okay. So, once you've taken care of most of them, you can worry about okay, there's another one down here, so be careful of that guy. You can see him right there. Take him down. Be careful. I would suggest going this way, however, walk, because you'll be able to hear that. And that is a Brainsucker, and obviously, if you don't want to lose your insight, you're going to want to take care of him pretty quickly. So sneak up behind him, and nab him right in the back. And on this dead body, you're going to find the Cosmic Eye badge. Sounds awesome, but it's not. It just gives you access to buy the Rosmarinus item. Sprayer. Ooh, you'll find some ritual blood here. This is the door to the Orphanage. You're once you find the Orphanage key, you're going to want to head that way. For right now, to continue on in this area, you're going to want to head this way. There's no hidden path here. You liar. Okay. Next, you're going to be in another hallway. I know I heard him, I just don't know what it is. Oh god, he's right here. He got me. I didn't even get a chance to block that. God damn it. Okay. So after you beat up that faggot, I'll climb up here. And you'll probably immediately notice the patrolling one right there. So, what you're gonna want to do is not go that way. In fact, I would suggest going down here and waiting until you know for certain. Or at least until he turns around. If he doesn't come back, that's bad. I don't think he's coming back. Okay, that's bad. Try not to do that this time. Try not to do that when you do it, because honestly, you're gonna have to fight 3 of them over there now. But hopefully we're lucky and we don't have to deal with that. The unfortunate part about them is the fact that if you're too far away, they will constantly fire magic at you. The wonderful part about this AI is the fact that they will get bored really quickly, apparently. So you can take your time, run back in there, and then walk back out here to... Unless that happens. Then you won't be able to do anything. Do that without warning. Anywho, now that they're fucking dead, you'll have the orphanage key. And you'll be able to grab all these things. Anywho, you'll open this door and you'll find a very unusual thing. You'll be able to inspect this guy, and you'll get a special emote out of it called Make Contact. So, that's pointless, but that's okay. Okay, now that we have the orphanage key, we can head back out. I'm hoping that you didn't grab this item beforehand, because she jumps right through there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run, because doorways, and the fact that you don't actually have to fight him. But if you're into his blood echoes, just go ahead and kill him, because yeah. When you're done with that, just run down here and back to the. Wait, what am I doing? No, you don't run back here. I made the same mistake last time too. I figured it would open the big gate, but no, it actually opens the if you were actually paying attention to my old, to a bit earlier, I told you explicitly which door was the orphanage door, and it's this one. Oh, so, open the orphanage door with the orphanage key. That'll open the gate and open up your again. And then you'll be able to head this way towards the final 2 bosses of the area. And possibly of the game if you've never met these guys before. And yep, the jellyfish are involved, apparently. Apparently these guys might be called celestial beings, but, celestial emissaries at least. Turn back, don't turn back, this is a boss fight. Obviously, if that wasn't obvious enough, but, it's a very easy boss fight. You're gonna have to fight a bunch of jellyfish. And one of them will be your target. And it's generally the one that won't attack you first. So this one. Careful, it throws. Could be a big jellyfish. And then it starts attacking. Since those of you watching are probably infinitely better at this game than I am, you probably won't have had any trouble fighting this game. Unfortunately for me, I got stun locked. The big thing you gotta do to this guy is manage the little one. Because if you don't, what I like to do is just lead them all the way up. And you can get him to fall, and when he does that, you just do massive damage to him, like anything. Like enemy that actually does that. Is this another squid band? Yeah, I've never actually explored this place. Anywho, let's see. As far as I know, there's nothing over here. Yeah, nothing. And so you're thinking to yourself, where's that second boss you just mentioned? Well, it's pretty obvious. You broke a window. And there you have it. Oops, so there's a baby old one right there. Not even a failed baby old one. And then if you'll notice, this is actually hey, a call beyond. This is actually the Grand Cathedral. So you're in Vicar Amelia's boss room. These guys can cast magic. Let me tell you how annoying. Anywho, once you're done with that, you'll find an elevator. And this elevator will lead you to probably the most hidden boss in the game. You're definitely going to want to kill these guys. I imagine these are people who are granted audience with Ebrietas here. You're going to enter the Altar of Despair, which is underneath the Grand Cathedral. And it's probably one of the more beautiful areas I've ever seen. The question being, though, how is that light raining down? Because honestly, there's nothing even like that in the Cathedral Ward, so there's no hole that can do that, and that's just weird. Anyway, this is Ebrietas. She's actually got her back to us, and she is sleeping for right now. This is what's important, though. This little ROM here is what we're generally searching for. This is the altar. You're at support later. After I defeat Ebrietas, I'll give you the heads up on what to do with this little thing. Ooh, man, that hurt. Don't remember that. Right, she attacks with... Wow. Try to attack her head is awesome. She'll be able to do this. However, she will start doing that. Oh boy. I guess that was a grab. And she has a charge attack. What did she do? She puts up that. That is actually a damage field. Oh my! Well, that's Ebrietas. I'm going to finish this video after I kill her because I feel like this is going to take a while. I don't really know what happened, but I sort of like got stuck inside of her, so I can't really complain about that. I could just swing away. She almost got me, but I bested that daughter of the cosmos. She ain't got nothing on me. She ain't got nothing on me. Okay. Enough about that. Now you're gonna have this. The Altar of Despair. If you inspect it, you're gonna find that it does nothing. At this moment in time. Have audience with the Queen. Oh, Queen, reeks of kin of the cosmos. Anywho, that is exactly what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to go join the Vilebloods if you haven't already. And you're going to need the unopened summons. And when you have the unopened summons, you'll be able to take it to Alfred. And Alfred should be in the Cathedral ward. Man, this load screen is just so long. So long. Okay, now that we're here, you're gonna want to go this way. And then this way. Okay. Climb up here, head to the Cathedral ward. You're gonna want to. You're going to be heading towards the area that leads to Forbidden Woods. So this way. Ignore the Brainsucker, grab your shining coins because you're poor. Alfred will be standing right here.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's
and if you missed him at the Grand Cathedral like I did, you'll have this.
So, what say you? Why not
and you'll be able to cooperate with him.
Take this.
He'll give you some fire paper.
Beast hunting is a sacred. There must be oodle. Go on.
Blah blah blah.
Ah, a bit of wisdom once, and brought for it was the root answer for the. I bid you may the.
Do I not have the unopened summon? Damn it, I don't. Okay, once you have the unopened summons, you'll be able to give it to Alfred.
Oh, now, let's just tell me. Aha! Is that the sigil of Cainhurst? I've heard tell of Cainhurst nobles and their amusingly pompous invitations. Wonderful. I thank you profusely. I will depart immediately. But praise the good blood, and let us cleanse these tarnished streets.
He'll give you the Wheel Hunter badge. And you'll then be able to buy the Golden Ardeo helmet and the Logarius' wheel. So, now that you've given it to Alfred, let's go see what he decides to do. You're gonna wanna teleport to the Vileblood Queen chamber, and then after your 40-second load timer.
Master, look! I've done it! I've done it! I've smashed and pounded and grounded this rotten siren into fleshy pink pulp. There, you filthy monstrosity! What good's your immortality now? Try stirring up trouble in this sorry state. All mangled and twisted, with every inside on the outside for all the world to see.
Now, as you can see, Alfred is totally insane. He's covered in her gore.
Oh, you, is it? Look at this. Thanks to you. Well, isn't it wonderful? Now Master can be canonized as a true martyr. I've done it. I have.
There's no one left to care.
I've done it.
So, then you can head up to here and check her mangled remains. And you'll be able to grab queenly flesh. And if you inspect it again, it just says it rides eerily, and you can see that it does. Real creepy, eh? Anywho, once you're done with that, you'll want to return to the Hunter's Dream. And then head to the Altar of Despair. Here, you can now do something with your queenly flesh if you watch the video. You'll be able to offer the flesh to the altar. Time flows in reverse for this scrap of flesh. So, as you can imagine, the queen is now alive and well, back in her castle. But that's just the secret use of the altar. One secret use, at least. We don't know yet if there are others, but so far that's all we got. And now, if you head back to the Cathedral Ward, well, actually, you can do this before going to the Altar of Despair, but and then you'll want to head back to where you first met Alfred, which would be back at this church. You'll notice there's an item down here. But that's not all. You'll notice that this poor sod is Alfred. He placed the Crown of Illusions on the altar and killed himself so he could successfully martyr him and his master, Logarius. On his corpse you will find the Carol rune, Radiance. It doesn't do anything as of yet, besides give you that increased vial HP recovery. But it's one of the Oath runes, so that's about it. Later, fellas.